Hey, everybody. Oh, I think that's crooked. This thing do what it want to when you feel like it. Whatever. Hey, everybody. Mm, sorry, I just got up, so I sound like an old man. And I've been trying to get my throat break because sometimes after talking all those hours, I be losing my voice. Hey, babies. Ooh, y'all had a good day today. Hey, everybody had a good day. Hey, hola, hola. Ooh, y'all, I just been chilling today. This was a long 10 months, and I just really think my body is like, girl, have a break. Have a break. So I just laid around, I journaled, listened to music, took a nap, like just chilled out. Cause I'll be going from whenever I get up to whenever I go to sleep. And sometimes that be a lie. Yes, the new starts working on the scar from playing. Okay. Hey, hey. Not I'm ready for a great lesson and a throat chop. I love it, Mr. Foster. He said I'm ready for a good lesson and a throat chop. I've been good. That is hilarious. Okay, so let me ask you a question. Who got chopped in their throat in the last 2 weeks? Anybody? Anybody got chopped in their throat in the last 2 weeks? Just put a hand up. Hilarious. Hello. Too funny. So let's talk about that, right? You can go into a building, a place of worship as they call it, and feel nothing. And you can sit on TikTok and God can tap dance on your head if you want to. It ain't about the place, it's about the message that gets to you through whatever avenue God want to get it to you. You know? Cause I done been in plenty of worship places and didn't feel nothing. Didn't no, I didn't feel no conviction about nothing that I was doing. I didn't feel nothing. I felt like I need to hurry up and get out of here and on to my next thing because I just wanted to come in here. So the Lord, no, He said you could have stayed at home. I would have rather you stayed at home and got your kids together and y'all had Bible study there so that you could know they was actually getting it. God said wherever one or two come together. That's you and your husband, you and your kids, you and your mama. You because in the minute, y'all, we're not about to be able to just be going around freely anyway. So to my church goers, do you already have something to replace you going to church? Are you already in a system of if you can't go to church and it ain't none online, what are you gonna do? Dang, I went to church for years and felt nothing. My fiance gets so frustrated with me, but I'm learning. Um, yes. Okay, I haven't seen it. You know what I mean? I'm just saying though, like, what's the use of having a relationship with God if you don't feel nothing? Let me ask if you've been in a real relationship before, has your relationship made you sad? Has your relationship made you happy? Has your relationship made you question your relationship? All the things that you go through in a physical relationship, you should be going through in your spiritual relationship because it's the same thing. There might be time where God puts your trust in Him, pushes His boundaries a little bit. You might look at your spouse and be like, "All right, and now you're getting a little too big for your britches now." You know what I'm saying? So in your spiritual life, y'all should be having similarities because you are in a spiritual relationship, with God. And in that, it's going to be all kinds of ups and downs and minutes of not knowing and minutes where you just love him so much and minutes where you don't understand what he's doing. And it's all of that. It's not, oh, I've been in church my whole life. I can sing, I can shout the house down, and I know all the church lingo. I know how to, that don't have nothing to do with my dad. That's all a show. Right. Your relationship with God has everything to do with when you are put in situations, do you trust him or do you trust your thoughts or the world? That's what it's about. It don't have anything to do with if you went to church 17 Sundays in a row. Because how many people have gone to church faithfully and was cutting up as much as they could as soon as they left? Be honest. I'll raise two hands. Woo, Lord, do you hear me? Me. I got both of my hands up. Be ready to go. Dang near I'm at church. I'll be here about 2 hours and 35 minutes. The kids will be asleep or whatever I was about to be on. I'm about to hit this club. I just wasn't here. Yes, exactly. A personal relationship. Hey y'all. So with that, understand y'all. Y'all don't be wanting to tell the truth. My testimony is the life that I live and the life that God changed me from. And this is what I want to say to y'all because I thought about this yesterday and this morning. And I've said it before. When you are scared to tell people who you used to be, you cheat God out of his glory for what he did for you. Oh, shoot. Okay. Got your books. Congratulations. Do y'all understand that? Because then other people don't know who God changed you from. So then they feel like I'm always going, oh, baby, not around me. You can't say I'm always going to be like this around me. I get the moving away from you because that's not a power statement for me. If a person, I'm always going to be like this. Oh, nope. That means you ain't never going to change. And whatever it is that I go through with you, I'm going to continue to go through it as long as you're in my life. I'm going to stay in that cyclone at going all the way down, then coming back up. Then oh no. So if you ashamed of who you used to be and you can't tell people, and I'm not saying just spread all your business, God will give you what to say. But if you are scared to tell who you used to be, that's why sometimes like church people, that's another reason. I'd be like, y'all act like y'all didn't have to get saved from something. What God saved you from? What do you mean? Well, you say you saved, what did he save you from? Who you used to be? Oh, I never. And and I didn't. And okay. So he didn't save you from nothing. You just, okay. Well, move on over. I need to talk to somebody he saved from something. I don't want to talk to the perfect people. I need to talk to the people that was fighting for their mind, their spirit, and their soul. That's the one. Move on over to the side. Perfect. I need to talk to somebody that God actually saved. He saved from themselves, abuse, whatever it is, so that they can give me the tools. Why I'm talking to you if you so perfect, boo? You can't walk me through nothing. You didn't do nothing. Remember, I'm gonna need you to move to the side because I'm over here with the people he really had to come say. So can you scoot over? Excuse me, ma'am. That looks like she used to, could have, might have possibly been on drugs. Can you come talk to me about how you made it through certain situations? Because what I'm talking to you for. You perfect. You didn't fail. You don't do no wrong. So I need you to move to the side because I need to talk to the people that God actually used his spirit to save. Sister and brother biscuit that's saved that ain't never did nothing. Move on over. Y'all not valuable right now because guess what? Can't tell me nothing. You ain't went through nothing. Remember, you ain't did nothing. So move on out the way. Scoot on over to that side so that the real saints can stand up. The real saved people, the real people that God had to come to save from a life they lived prior to him. That's why when they come in here with their shoulders puffed out, I just look at them. Because how can God use you and you scared to tell who you used to be? Matter of fact, you're trying to separate yourself from those people, and you don't want to be a Harriet Tubman. You don't want to go back in and get the people that was in the same prison you in. Honey, no, you too good to do that. So move on out the way, please, and let us talk to the real Slim Shadys. The people that used to be out there hitting licks and putting themselves in situations, and God came by and swooped them up and changed their life. Those are the people I want to talk to. So I can see why he changed you from who you used to be to who you is now. What did you go through? What did he bring you through? How did you get out of the insane asylum or whatever it is and stay out of there even though you have been in and out? How did you get off of prescription drugs? What was your experience with the Lord? I don't really care to talk to nobody that God didn't. Oh, honey, no, I'm not. And okay, well, move out the way. Because that ain't a testimony. I need somebody that got a testimony. I need somebody that grew up hard or whatever it was, that the day that God came and met you in your place. That's the people I want to talk to, but I'm talking to you for. You can't help me with nothing. Move. I need to talk to the people that's been walked this road I walked, and God came and got them. So what did he do for you? What did he save you from? What abusive person he take you from? What horrible job he take you from? Did he take you from homelessness to living in the palace? Like, I'm trying to see some of that. I don't want to see you always in Satan and I never had to go through nothing because you was so good and you didn't do nothing. That's not going to help me do nothing. That's not even going to help me give a personal story after I leave you. I need to know that somebody had their hands around your neck and my God pried them off. Or when they said you should have been dead because all of your body is riddled with bullets or stab wounds and God came by and you felt something. I don't need to hear that you ain't never did nothing. I need to know that you was running from pimps, baby, for your life. And God let you be able to duck out into it. And the pimp walked straight past you. And you was able to go away. And he looked you in your eyes. And you was able to get away. Like, that's the kind of stuff I always say. And what he do then? And then what you do? And then what was you saying? Because, girl, oh, my God. Like, I want them kind of stories. If you ain't got nothing like that, move on over. And that's just my view. Now, y'all might want to talk to the super saved folks that ain't never did nothing. But guess what? Them ain't my people. I need to see the walls opening up and the angels coming down, and it was a man that wasn't right there, but now he's dead. And nobody else seen him but me. Like, what kind of miracles y'all got going on if y'all ain't never been through nothing? You see what I'm saying? Y'all know, right, sis? You know my struggles now. We're not in Zoom. I'm just on TikTok and YouTube. I ain't in no Zoom. Folks already been acting crazy. It ain't even third day of the year. Come on. We all was. And that's the thing. Like, people don't want to talk about what God saved them from, but they want to try to tell me how far away from God I am. No, baby, I'm closer than you think. Because, honey, when I was out there and in the business and doing everything that I was doing, in the places that I was at, oh, yeah, it wasn't nobody but him. And see, that's the thing with a supernatural experience. Can't nobody take that from you. Can't nobody take that from you. Your experience, your personal relationship, your personal, it don't see. This is the thing. When you worry about your pastor convicting you and your bishop and this person seeing you, you only just ain't gonna do it where people can see you. But baby, God, wrong folks, he'll stop you in mid zipper. If you know what I mean, he'll stop you mid zipper and hit you when you be like, ooh, wait a minute, I changed my mind. I can't do this. I got to go. He'll stop you mid zipper, boo. It don't matter how far you got. He said, as soon as you say you ain't with it, I'll make a way of escape for you. Soon as you say you don't want it, I'm a let the phone ring. Somebody gonna beat on the door. Something is gonna happen to make a way of an escape. Said if you want one, and I know, because I didn't put myself in situations. Then and said, God, no, this was a bad idea. I wish I wouldn't have. He said, okay, I got you. Don't even worry about it. But see, sometimes we won't take the way out because we feel like because we already here. I don't feel like because I'm already here, I got to do nothing. I don't feel like because I don't feel none of that. My daddy said when I'm ready to get out, he's kicking the door down, babe. So no. You can stay here if you want to, but I got to go. I made the decision. But my daddy said whenever I'm ready for a way of escape out of anything, it don't matter what it is. And he coming to get me. So why I'm gonna stay here and be I ain't about to let you do nothing to me. No. I don't gotta stay here in this miserableness with you, Daddy. I'm ready. Now you gotta meet it in your heart. You can't just say it when your feelings is hurt. He know when you serious. It's a real thing, SB and SB. Listen, y'all. You ain't gotta stay trapped in nothing. I gotta stay here. No, you don't. You ain't asked for a way of escape. Because, honey, that word pops up off the page. I promise you. Ask God to show you your peoples. Baby folks will start falling off left and right. Like in that day, you'll be like, well, oh, I eat. What? He said, I don't take long. That be you taking too long to let go. You ain't let go. I told you to let go a long time ago. So they going to keep on stabbing you in your back. They going to keep on undercutting you. They going to keep on pushing you down because I told you they're not for you in whatever capacity that is. Job, this car, if you're struggling to keep it, let it go. God got something better. Struggling to keep your house and it's causing problems in your marriage, let it go and get something else. Why are you letting possessions cause your mind to not be okay? Happy New Year. Yeah. This is the thing, y'all. We in a new year. The only reason the old stuff from last year coming is if you holding on to it. That's the only way it made it to this year is if you hold on to it. If you keep it, if you keep dwelling on it, if you don't do what your crazy cousin did here. And I want to show you something. So y'all see my stuff? Y'all see my stuff? Y'all see my stuff? Y'all see my stuff? Y'all see it? I was journaling today, right? Oh yes, y'all see it? Y'all see it? Y'all see it? Y'all see it? What? What was that right in front of your eyes? You seen it? Nothing. Something. Nothing. Something. That's why I like invisible ink. And then I'm just getting ready to go and write on the top of it. So when my kids get this, if they reading it outside, you see that? Y'all know, y'all see it ain't nothing right there. This looks completely empty. We just gonna do it with the thing. Wow, I put it down when I open. And now there's something. Look at that. What you done said? What you done said? What you can only see it under the UV light. So if you got intimate things that you want to write down, get you some invisible ink. And you can write right on top of it. You might have nosy people that don't know how to respect your wishes and not invade your privacy. That's the way to do that. And not about, because invisible ink, y'all. I told y'all I love that. Because look, That's the page. So if somebody were to pick this page up, they don't think nothing is right though. And it's a whole paragraph, but now I can turn around and write on top of it, and you still ain't gonna be able to know that it's something hidden right in front of your face. You get that? It's something hidden. So somebody would say, she's crazy. There's absolutely no. I said, honey, stuff be hidden right in front of your face all the time. It be right in front of your face. And unless you looking at it under the right light and at the right time, you just ain't gonna see it. Life is like that. It be stuff hidden right in front of your face. And you won't even know it's there because you don't know where to look. Don't get mad at me because I'll be looking from all angles and under all the lights because I need to see if it's something hidden here. How about that? Mm-hmm. Listen, you can get some. Oh, because I wrote that with my new pens. Thank you, y'all. I wrote that with both of these because I told you I'd be wanting, and I ain't gonna be here on here long because I'm this next week or two, I'm gonna be doing a lot of journaling, which means I won't be on here a lot because I gotta get in this head and get some of this stuff out that happened, some of y'all prayers and all that stuff, some of the things that God has done. I always try to go back and write down his victories because we always write down what's wrong. But that's why I ask y'all to journal so that you can go back and write down what God did right. So I have an assignment for y'all this evening. Y'all, I love these pens. When I say I absolutely love them, I absolutely love these pens. They are gorgeous. Look at that. I've never seen one like this. I have glass pens, but I've never seen a glass pen with a metal calligraphy tip. Never. And then this wood one. I love these. So I wrote with these today. Yeah. Yep. Y'all know that I got my glass pens. So when I want to feel like an ancient scrap, and then I got my feather quills too, but I got this. So these is all my pens, and I've had these for years, a lot of them, most of them, but all different kinds, and they all have different tips on them and stuff, different ball ends on them and all of that. You see, and you dip it down in there. Yeah. It is harder. It makes you think. I like stuff that challenges me, y'all. So even though I have all my regular pens, when I'm feeling like I want to just, get it all out. Because if you write with an amazing pen, if you have a book that you enjoy looking at, or the pages feel good to you, then it makes you want to continue writing. You know what I'm saying? And you'll write more and you'll do more. So I try to find things that not only the book, but I like the pen you're writing with. If your pen is, not smooth and you want to write a lot, that's going to frustrate you because you got to keep going back over. So then find the pens that you like, that's smooth for your, that don't hurt your hands, and put some thought into it. Not just what you're going to write, but preparing to translate your thought to paper. Because whenever hopefully y'all realize that the Bible ain't nothing but journals. The Bible is all journals. That's it. That's all it is. Somebody's story. They wrote down what happened, what date, what time. So if they would have never took the time to time and date and write down what was going on, we would not have any of these books. And they probably didn't think that a gazillion people was going to be reading their journals, but that's why I write it, because what if it's a book of circa in the next biblical book? Who knows? You didn't write down your story. You didn't write it down, so how we going to read it? Oh, you bought them journals for Christmas? Yay. My pen always runs dry and then writes again. So you need to find a different type of pen. So, because that'll frustrate you. I don't like having to go back over and then, y'all, I promise y'all, in this mind, I am an old, ancient Mesopotamian person walking around in the deserts, getting on boats. Like, in my mind and all of my journeys that I've been in, that's what's going on. So I have to have those things to make me feel that way when I write, so that, yeah. Mm, I don't know what's going on with this light, but it's not lighting the way I need it to. So with that, family, this who ready for some homework? Y'all ready for some homework? And I've been looking at my books. I've been reading because y'all bought me so many beautiful books. I want to take some time to get in them. All right. I need you to go all the way back, if you can remember, to January 2nd of last year. Okay, here we go. Here goes the assignment. I need you to think all the way back to 365 days ago. And from 365 days ago until today, the homework for tonight is I need you to think about every single thing that God did for you that you can remember. Everything. From last year today until today. Your homework for this next week is to jog your memory and think about all the things that had you up late at night that God took care of, all of the issues that were on your heart that He made better. Whatever it is, if He let you get to work on time, things with your children, if you prayed for somebody and it came through, all of the things and questions and things that He answered in the last 365 days. And it's way more. And I want you to list individually, not just one situation, everything. If somebody called you and they had a problem and He fixed it, whatever it is. Thank you so much. So I want y'all to get in a habit, okay, of jogging your mind, okay, because we'll go back. Okay, so can I show y'all something? Y'all want to see something real quick? We will jog our memory to pull up the negative emotion for whatever we went through as to why this always happens and all of this. And I had a conversation with one of my kids today, and I said that gets you in the habit of not expecting anything different. And I like new stuff. So in this first week or month of this year, every single thing, if you was worried about some type of sickness and he let it not be that, no, even when your mind was telling you it was because of what you felt and all of this, and I love you too. This, yes, your gratitude. So I want you to go back this whole year, whether it be Him letting you find this place and the things that you've learned, the questions He answered. If you had a problem with the kids' school and He took care of it. In this next month, I want you to just sit and think about all the things that God did for you last year. If the police was behind you and you know your stuff wasn't right, and you said, oh God, please just not today, let them pass. And He went on to let them get around you. That's something He did. He heard your prayer. Like, we forget about that little stuff. And so it's always easy to look at what we don't have. But do we ever really look at all that He did in the last year for us? Is your situation different from where it was 365 days ago? Like, what changed in your life in this year? What did you learn in this year? Honey, you might be right until February when you really sit down and think about it. My hand about to hurt. Good job. Good job. Because guess what? If you can continue thinking about the things that he did, it takes less attention off what it ain't happened yet. And then you'll find yourself not wanting to say so much slick stuff about you not getting your way, because you will realize how much he's already done for you. Now multiply whatever it is that you come up with from the last 365 times your age. Because you can't even remember all the things that he did for you. That's why you're spoiled and think he's just supposed to jump Johnny on the spot when you call, because he's always looked out for you. Come on. It's hard for you to think about everything he did for 1 year, but think about all the other ones. Think about 5 years ago. Think about 3 years and 3 months ago. Think about 15 years ago. What has he brought you from to that? We don't think about that because it's just, oh, well, God, everybody has this and everybody has that. And I want this. And I want that. And my life isn't the way I want it. Well, stop looking at everybody else and look at God. When I took my eyes off the world, and I used to hear people say that, and I used to be like, that's stupid. No, it's a reality. When I stopped looking at what everybody else was doing and how I felt like they were successful and stuff, y'all, I started to achieve my goals. When I wasn't worried about why and when and where and feeling unfair about it, I just started accomplishing everything that I wanted to. It was so crazy because I didn't have time to be worried about who was and who wasn't. I was just doing. Case in point. This didn't start like this. And it's crazy because new people come and they're like, oh my God, I love your bookshelf. I built it myself in a 2-bedroom apartment in a living room. Still sawdust in there that I can't get out because I need the kind of hose vacuum was small when with the still sawdust in there. So when I took the time to use one of the gifts that my dad put in me, I get a lot of compliments on what I asked him to teach me to do. You get it? I can't take no credit for this because I had to ask him every step of the way how to do it. But this didn't start with me building my first shelf. My first shelf looked crazy. And then the second shelf was a little better. And then the third shelf, stupid. You see it? It's 8 feet long. At first, I couldn't build a shelf that was, I'll take that back. This shelf, actually, the piece of furniture that I built that was the precursor as far as the beginning stages of this, was a ladder to my kid's bed. This ain't nothing but an extended ladder. So God showed me how to build a ladder to my kids' beds. And then it was a small bookshelf for their bed. And then it was a bookshelf for my room. And then it was a shoe shelf in my room because I turned my living room into my bedroom because I was not going to share with my kids. And I took half of my living room and cut it in half and hung a tree branch from it and hung some pretty stuff. Put the couches right there. It made me a room on the back because I'm not about to be in there with them Negroes. So with that, I had to build me a shoe shelf. Okay, well, these clothes can go in buckets, but these shoes got to be displayed. They make me happy. And it went to this. It was stages of it. Out of necessity. A lot of the things that I'm able to do came out of a necessity, a need. And God said, Quit trying to go get it over there, because guess what? Now I could, if I want to, get paid to build bookshelves. Because I know how to do sturdy, heavy, take it from, y'all saw the wood, pine, yellow, to what it is right now. This is what going through the process look like. Because you can always benefit from anything that God gives you. So if he gives you a skill and you don't always want to be served, you can turn around and make a business out of whatever he give you. It ain't nothing he gave you that I ain't been able to use it to make money. Hair, knowledge. When I wrote my business plan, people were asking me to help them write theirs because I had the right information. He taught me how to do my own hair. I got paid to do people's hair. He taught me how to do nails. I got paid to do people's nails. Do you understand? He taught me how to build beds for my kids, and I didn't even charge people, but I built beds for other people's kids. Anything that you are willing to learn, God is always going to make it where it's going to bring a profit to you if you go ahead and do it. This is why you don't have to be envious or covetous or jealous of anybody. No, but we all are, y'all. God says, I got gifts that I put down in you, but you too worried about what everybody else is doing to cultivate the gifts that I put into you. He gave each and every last one of us a measure. Y'all know that? We ain't all good at the same things. That would be a boring life. That means everybody would draw the same. Everybody would see art the same. Everybody would make the same clothes. Everybody would make the same glasses. Everybody would do hair the same. It would be a boring life. That would be Stepford Wife-ish. No. So instead of saying, ooh, I want to do that, God, what you got for me? What gift you put down on the inside of me that I don't know is in there yet? Show me, because I'm not enthused about anything. I'm not excited. God will give you some stuff, baby, and you be so cold at it. People be like, oh my God, how long I just started. This is the first time I did it. I didn't even know. Hey, do you see what I'm saying? Stop cheating yourself by looking at other people enjoying life and doing what they want to do, and start learning, doing something new, pottery, clay, art, whatever it is. But you won't know until you go looking. If you go and you always do what everybody else is doing because it's trending, you'll never be a trendsetter. Because I was on TikTok a lot today, and it's a lot of people doing a lot of stuff that looks very familiar. I'm telling you, I was like, oh my God, you see your digital imprint everywhere. I was like, oh, these people don't even follow me. I was like, oh, wow. It's everywhere now. Everybody is studying. Everybody is on Google looking up words. But I love it. Y'all don't like the shift? I like the shift. We done seen enough twerking and jerking and moving and gyrating. Have y'all noticed how the shift, or maybe it's just on my FYP because of that. But it should be a whole bunch of information on your FYP now, right? Everybody teaching something. Everybody's explaining and telling you to go and look up the definitions of stuff. So your FYP didn't change from last year to this year? I'm just saying. It was gradual. You see, you didn't even see the shift. Y'all didn't even realize it shifted up real. See how smooth that was? That was a smooth transition. It don't gotta be rough all the time. It can be smooth. The Lord, He's a gentleman, honey. He ain't gonna force you. Probably the things that you talk about are different. The things that you are searching out for entertainment are different. The company you keep different because you starting to read, you like, ooh, you could feel it. You be like, you a Simeon. You is a Neymar. You is a Vashti. I can't. Y'all see the people popping up off the page in y'all stories. Y'all be calling folks biblical names in your mind. Judas. uh-uh. Listen, God is creating disciples. He is. Because now y'all can't help but share. Who be trying to figure out how y'all gonna bust their head, but so they don't think you crazy? So now y'all talking to strangers. It used to be you can't sit with us. We don't talk to people we know. Now you be trying to tell everybody as much information as you can because there's so much in there you feel like everybody should know. Nephew, I already know what it is. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You said you don't do the names, but you do feel the energy. Come on. I know y'all do. Isn't it? But think about this. What happened? It said when people came into contact with God, they wanted to go tell the good news. And everything they was learning, they wanted to share. So please tell me why we have spiritual institutions that are gatekeeping information. Me telling my husband, do they be sick of they just start walking? I'm gonna say, okay, I'm about to show y'all something that y'all might not have already realized. Y'all ready? Uh-oh. So when you trying to talk to your people and they do you like this, babe, yep, uh-huh, okay, yeah, ooh, yeah, just gonna quit talking. When you be talking and they get to walking away from you, shaking their just go and get back in your butt. Yeah, it's Bucko. He's back. Hey, Bucko. We ain't seen you in a way. No one calls me no more. I talk. My siblings were just talking about God. One of them said that they said the Son of God. Oh, that's me with my face. Oh, look at that. I already know how to go. God got me teaching the kids because the adults don't listen. Come on now. They don't want to believe in the super part. Hey, hold on. This is a book rebel. You said it. Okay. Listen, because the other stuff don't get them no money. If they teach the stuff that we talk about over here, people will stop coming. But God said that they will be lovers of men instead of lovers of God. Lovers of men's view of them instead of how God feels about it. Y'all see, we just read it the other day. God said, well, you worried about them washing their hands, but why is you not worried about disobeying God? You worried about Circa having nails on and a crop top on, but you ain't worried about disobeying God. You worried about if she feel the Holy Ghost or not and who ordained her and why she ain't got her head covered. But you ain't worried about disobeying God. You worried about following your church's traditions and your organization's traditions more than disobeying God or obeying God. Like, I don't care. Oh, well, my organization. Oh, I'm not in no organization. Not like that. Listen, if God tell me stay home, that's why I said, okay. Because if God tell me to stay home, I'm gonna stay home. Sister, where was you at? At home, where God told me to be. And if you had the Holy Ghost, you would have knew that. Because he would have told you in your spirit too while I was at home. I shouldn't have to tell you, spiritual father or mother, all of my business for you to get a revelation why he didn't give it to you before you called. Because guess what? When people get ready to call me, God will put a conversation in my head, and then the phone will ring and it be that person, and it word for word what he just told me in my mind. I be like, oh, so that's well, I didn't know who it was. Sometimes he tell me the person and the issue. So you got the spirit of discernment, but I gotta tell you every single thing that happened. Oh no, nah, you fishing for information. There's a difference. You fishing, honey. Because real prophets, they might ask you a few questions, but it's only to make sure that you ain't about to lie to them, because they gotta be and put it down in their heart, whatever is going on. And that's why people get mad when we talk. They be irritated. Because that's why I got no friends. People don't be wanting to know. One of my friends, the other day we was talking, and she was talking about going out of town, right? And she didn't tell me the place where she was going, but she said, this is what I'm going to do. Well, the next words out of my mouth was, this place is blah, 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 blah. And her eyes got big. She said, that's where I was about to go take my trip. I said, huh? She said, remember I told you I was going to take my trip when we first, She said, that's where we was going. And she never told me where she was going to take the trip at. But the very place that I called to talk to her about is the place she was about to go. And she never said nothing. She said, we was on video chat. She said, I said, what's wrong? She said, do you know that's where we was planning to go? I said, oh, you might not want to do that. I haven't seen it yet. I ain't been, nephew, I told you I've been chilling today. I've been on just looking and just not in my inbox or nothing. I'll check it out. So that's why folks be doing all that. Hey, when folks be doing all that, I just be looking. Because most times if God is sending a person to me for me to counsel, it's a lot of stuff he already done told me. Okay, I'll have to look it up, nephew. Yeah. So in this month, and it ain't nothing that you don't stress yourself out, but ask God to jog your memory about the things that he brought you through this year. Can y'all do that for me, please? And this last 306, yeah, I will. You know I will. Auntie been trying to chill out though, because I like when my mind is too ramped up to read, then I gotta pull back. I don't like rereading stuff because I'm not reading it. So like that's why I said probably this next week I'm not gonna be on here a lot. And as y'all can see, I didn't get on till 8:00 because I gotta reel myself back in. I want to make sure I'm hearing in the spirit because there's a lot about to go on. So when y'all see me pulling back like that, that's why. Because I can't spend more time here and not be listening to God in my waking hours. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I go by the calendar of where I live. We in America. So we go by the calendar can I tell you something about that? And that's so crazy you asked, because I thought about this earlier today, right? So all of these people saying it's not the new year, right? And they're like, we don't follow this or we don't do that. Please don't file your taxes this year. Don't file your taxes. Because that's a practice and a law of this land, right? And since y'all be so caught up on these calendars and all of that, don't file your taxes this year, because that's an American thing that probably came from over there in London. And if y'all not on our calendar, that's something that we do in the new year. So when they send you your stuff this month, don't file your taxes then, because then that's the thing of this place. Because y'all be so far with trying to distance yourself from this or that. Don't file your taxes then. Because that's something that happened in the new year in America. Right after the new year. So if y'all new year ain't till April, I'm going to need you to go on and wait. Don't be rushing to go send in no IRS nothing. Don't even listen to the deadline when they tell you, because that's on the calendar you don't abide by. So I'm going to need you to wait until whenever your calendar roll around to go on and do all that. Okay? Since y'all upper stand so much or whatever it is that y'all be saying, don't go by the tax calendar because it's on the Julian calendar. Don't even touch it. Don't even listen to it because that ain't y'all calendar. This ain't the new year for y'all. So it ain't going to be tax season for y'all either. Since we want to get technical, let's just go and do it like that. Just go on and wait till y'all new year roll around in April and file them. Don't run because the date for that stuff is on the Julian calendar. You know, y'all don't celebrate that. So wait. You need to wait, like you wanted to be funny and wait for the new year or wait for tax season because that's on the Julian calendar. I don't need you to worry about that because that's a American holiday or however y'all trying to say it. So just stay away from that now. When your birthday come up on this date, don't celebrate it because that's a Julian calendar date. So you need to, don't be talking about I'm turning up for my birthday. Not on the Julian calendar, you're not, right? Because that would be a pagan holiday if you, it wouldn't be right. The dates is off. So don't be telling us it's your birthday. Don't be telling us it's your anniversary. Not on no Julian calendar, it's not. What is y'all calendar date? What do it say on your marriage license that's wrong? You need to go back and find the date of the calendar that you use so that you can recalculate that, since y'all be wanting to recalculate everything. I'll be right back. Folks is crazy. Until it benefit them. Because I bet you all them people that was talking that mess is going to file their tax as soon as tax date is ready. On a Julian calendar date. Sorry, yeah. But do y'all be hearing how that sound? You know what I'm saying? Folks is crazy. Like they be just so quick to jump on trends. Well, then you gotta go back and undo your marriage date. That means you've been lying about the age of your children and your age. You're lying about how long you've been at your job. So you need to adjust all those dates. Don't just do it for the one little holiday that you want to get under people's skin. You got to go back and redo all of that. So how old are your kids really? How long have you really been at your job? Because if that's what you're going on and that's the calendar you using, you need to go back and undo everything. Let them know on your housing lease that that ain't the date. You need to go back and undo a whole bunch of stuff. Don't worry about the pay date because it ain't really that day. So what day should you be getting paid? Your annual bonus? That's on the Julian calendar. So you'll need to go back and let them know that your new year doesn't start until April. So then really you don't need your bonus until then. So if they're giving you a new year bonus, don't take it because you don't celebrate the new year. So then that'll make you fake or a hypocrite. Because you don't celebrate that holiday, so why are you taking money for it? This ain't your new year, so you need to tell them to push that back to April. Whatever bonus you thought you were supposed to be getting, go on and be an honest person since you want to correct us and push that bonus back. The Christmas bonus that they gave everybody, I hope you turned it back in because God's birthday ain't on the 25th. So then you shouldn't have received anything for that holiday because you don't celebrate a pagan holiday. Did you get the money back? Don't tell me about not getting no tree and Jesus' birthday ain't this and that, but they put that extra $150, $200 on your check and you didn't give it back. My job gave a Christmas bonus where you don't celebrate it, so you're a thief. Give the money back. Hypocrite. When they gave you Thanksgiving food, that's a pagan holiday, so I hope you didn't take no turkeys or nothing. Because that's all on the Julian calendar, boo. On the days that they off for a holiday, go find something to do. Don't go chill. Go get up and go to work because you don't celebrate them holidays. So please don't steal Christmas money because you don't even celebrate that holiday. Take it, and out of your next checks, you need to run that back. Go on and run it back. Since y'all want to get technical, we're going to go all the way down through there. Let's go. Oh, and don't forget Black Friday. You said it on the Julian calendar. They don't have Black Friday in the other places. I don't buy nothing on, next year, don't buy nothing on Black Friday. Exactly. Don't get nothing for your wife or your husband on Valentine's Day because that's actually the feast of Adar. It ain't. It was about. That's about old girl Esther. So don't be looking at your husband or wife if they don't get you nothing for Valentine's Day because that's a pagan holiday. Don't be expecting no lavish nothing. February, nowhere around February 13th, 14th, 15th. What you need to do is be in a church praying because that's what they was doing in the month of Adar when that happened. Valentine's Day actually comes from Esther when she saved all the Jews. So then you don't need to be getting nothing on no pagan holiday. Don't ask for no chocolate covered strawberries, a new ring, engagement on that day. Skip all the everything. Do not buy your children anything for Valentine's Day, your spouse, nothing. Don't celebrate that because that's a Julian calendar holiday. It's a pagan holiday. You didn't want us to do Jesus. So then if you need to learn the real meaning of Valentine's and where it came from, okay? No, Carisha, girl, if you don't go look it up, Seeking You, Google Adar, Adar, Esther, and it's going to pop right up to you. Yeah, leaking from the jugular, then bled out. Mm-hmm. Ain't that crazy? You see how crazy but see, when people say stuff to me, that's all that I hear in my mind. You jumped on the bandwagon, you jumped on the trend, and you shouldn't. Because if you ain't gonna follow it all the way through, you fronting. You ain't 10 toes down with that. It says Adar is celebrated in March and April. Exactly. But if you understand where Valentine's comes from, that's the whole reason Valentine's was even, it's the feast of Adar. When Esther saved the Jews, when she went in front of Xerxes, that's what that whole, no, it's not. We don't talk about what people do in their bedroom around here. What you do in your bedroom is your business. We're not gonna talk about polygamy. We're not gonna talk about none of that. If you want to freak on 17 people, do that. That's on you. What you do in your business will not be discussed in my lives. If you want to talk about polygamy, y'all talk about it on y'all thing. You want to talk whatever. No, it's not. It's not gonna be talked about here. That'd be too much going on for me. Do what you want to do with your parts. I don't want no parts of it. That's too much, honey. I just like to focus on what I like to focus on. I don't want folks all in the background and that's too much. There's too many parts around here. No. And till you stay on, you do what you want to. But I don't. Your parts is your business, exactly. Because I'm not gonna have to stand in judgment for nobody parts but man's. How do you start journaling? Just start writing. Whatever's on your mind today, write it down. Whatever's on your mind tomorrow, write it down. Whatever's on your mind the day after that, write it down. Yeah. Listen, y'all. That's why I say I wanted a real relationship with God, and I'm gonna have that. And I'm not worried about how other people feel about how my relationship with God looked to them. Okay? Because guess what? They're not gonna be there when you stand in judgment. It's only gonna be you standing in front of the Almighty God. So what you do, you will be held accountable for. What I do, hi, Mr. Perry. What I do when I stand in front of God is all I'm gonna be judged for. So when people try to come telling me how I'm not close to God, well, he's gonna be the only one person that can tell me that. But you feel closer than when you went to Christian school. You know what's so crazy? But have y'all noticed that all the Christians or whoever, Israel, Hebrew Israelites, everybody come in here and tell me how close I'm not to God? Do you think that that's going to make me want to come and learn with you? Do y'all see that's the first thing they do is tell us how we not and we ain't? Y'all hear me saying that? I'll be like, do you want to learn? Y'all want to know what I learned? Y'all want to know what God taught me? I don't talk to you about how far away from that you are from God. And if y'all know, the first thing that people hit me with when I first started doing this every day was, well, what do you feel about homosexuality? Well, what do you feel about trans? Well, what do you feel? I said, whatever you do with your parts is on you, because I'm like, I can't be worried about that. I'm trying to think if he can remember. I'm trying to get him to forget what I did with mine. Wait, that is your business. I'm trying to see if he can blot out my stuff. I don't care. Then we got well, I'm a witch and I'm a this. Okay, again, you have got to worry about your word chart, and I am only trying to get rid of the stuff on mine. That is a real thing. I cannot be worried about what you are or not doing, because I got to make sure that I'm doing it. I ain't trying to see how close you is to God because I'm just trying to get closer. I don't have time to be worried about you. I don't have time. You. Now we read the word and I'll be like, well, the Bible did call the pastors prostitutes, but them ain't my words. Those are biblical things that we just read that. That ain't mine. He chopped them. Okay. Who, after kind of reading the last couple of days, been seeing that God chops people? Jesus was chopping people in the throat like quick, shut them down quick. Like when they was gonna stone the girl. I love God. I promise I do. I can just imagine. I'm gonna do this. I can just imagine, right? You know, remember that everybody had their rock. I ain't even got no rock. No real rock. I'm gonna have to give me a rock. Okay. Everybody got their bricks. And the lady is like, she in the corner, you know what I'm saying? She crying and stuff because everybody got their rock. They about to stone her. They done caught her with somebody's husband. Okay. And they said, Jesus. They done threw her. This woman right here that got caught with somebody's husband. Now, what you say about that? Jesus, King of all. Now, this is sand here. We're going to pretend that this is sand, dirt. Jesus looked at him. He said, you was a hoe last night at 3:33 a.m. You was up looking at corn at 3:24 a.m. You stole from the market yesterday, and you be beating on your mama. You be in places with little boys and girls that you're not supposed to. You be doing such and such and such. He didn't say nothing. He just started writing out stuff. And one by one, everybody got to dropping they rocks. He said, he who was without the first sin, who he used without sin, cast the first stone. Then he started writing their sins out. He might not have put their name, but baby, oh yeah, that's my I'm going to head out. That's me. That yeah, at 3:33, I thought you was asleep, Jesus. He didn't have to say, oh, your sin is. He just started writing them out. In the dirt. And you was up at 2:30. Seen you sneaking out the milk lady house. You was over there with the goats. I seen that. You had 2 sheep last night. Death blows. Let's say here. Fat. Now, what was you saying about her being with somebody's husband? What was you saying? Come again, because I got receipts. That's why when they be trying to sell this with fluffy Jesus, I'll be like, where? Where do you see a fluffy Jesus? Where? Because this dude was, what? Did you hear the things that he said to them? Did you see what he did? Where did you get the fluffy Jesus from? I still be trying to figure out where they got the fluffy Jesus. Because every time I read, he was slicing throats left and right, cutting the whole arms off. I bet you don't. I bet you won't. Come again and say what? What was it? What was it? As some say, come again, my friend. You ain't never did what? Let me run this back. Reels. You see the little black and white rolling up. Jesus made. He was the first one to make movies outside. Vision. Boom. This wasn't you. You don't remember. They like, Jesus, stop. Wait a minute. Hold on, y'all. I was saying, everybody turn away. Jesus, I thought you wasn't going to tell them about, because you done forgot. Remember the sin I caught you in? Remember you was coming out that door and I was standing there looking at you? Remember when you was bent over that table? You don't remember when you walked out with them 20s in your pocket? And I gave you grace and mercy and didn't lock you up, didn't expose you to the people you were supposed to be exposed to, and you had the nerve to come out here and point your finger at somebody else. And puff your shoulders out because you done got ordained. Ain't it funny that a lot of these robes be black? Ain't it funny that a lot of these robes be black? And they have to add all of this extra to it so you know who and what they are and have all of this to cover up that black baby. But under those robes, if we peel back all of that, what will we see? You got female underwear on under their pastor that nobody knows about? While you pointing your hand at all the homosexual people, but you got on female underwear under your suit pants. And got heels in your bag that you gonna dress up in when you go back to your hotel and don't nobody know you and go out for a night on the town. Sisters, we take other clothes with us too. But we get up in the pulpit because God done took about this much of our sin off. Or he's hid it for us. And so then we forget the mess that he found us in, the manure that he came and picked us out of when the world wouldn't even touch us with a stick. He lifted you up out of the dirt, the miry clay, as they say, and cleaned your nasty tail up. And then you have the nerve to want to look down your nose at somebody. Like God don't remember everything that you did. He remembered. They might not know you. You can move cities, you can move towns, you can move churches, you can move jobs, you can move houses, you can do all of that, baby, but you're not hiding from God. You can put all of this on and put all of the finest suits on and the prettiest heels on and the most expensive things. But baby, listen, God remembers who you were. Just because they don't know, and your pastors and your bishops done talked you up, and everybody like how prolific you are when you speak, and don't know your heart is as trifling as the chick on the corner. Just as cutthroat and slimy as the Negro getting chicks that slang they everywhere. You hear me? You just found a different place to pimp. That's all. You found another place to manipulate. That's all. Ain't nothing changed. All up in the sister's house. Sister, the Lord done did something good with that, didn't he? Why you? Sister, God gonna send you a husband while you eyeing her up and down. You got some good qualities, girl. God is gonna shaking us so you can see her titties move. Y'all ain't slick. And she ain't got sense enough how to cover up. Like, who is y'all fooling? Who? Instead of being honest and say you got molested and you fighting for your sexuality, you will get up there and attack. Instead of saying, y'all, I'm fighting in my mind every day. I see visions in my mind and I be trying to shake them out and I try to get as far away from that as I can. And so then I have to point it out because it's really me. That's why I get up here and tell y'all, I was doing all I wanted to do as many times as I could do it when I felt like it. Because y'all not going to she get up there and act like, no, I don't. Actually, Jesus had to drag me out the streets, son. I did not go willingly, not like that. I mean, after a while I did, but honey, I'll be running right back and he'll be grabbing me by my hair and my shirt. I said, damn. Y'all fake in front like, oh, honey, the Lord saved me from Circa. And he's still saving me from Circa because, baby, I ain't got nobody here with me. I can be on everything I want to be on. I'm single. My kids is grown. What you mean? I can be on whatever I want to be on with whoever I want to be on it with. It ain't nothing stopping me. Hell yes, y'all can see when Circa want to, she know how to turn her head or two. So with that, it's a personal choice. My personal relationship keeps me where I'm at and not doing whatever I could want to be doing right now with whatever and whoever. And I ain't even talking about sex. I'm just saying I could be out here wilding. Most people that went through what I went through in the last 10 years will be cutting up. I don't have no desire to. Because God been too good for me for me to turn around and slap him in the face after he dragged me out of all of that mess. And then I'm going to run right back to it when I didn't like it as to why he had to come get me. Somebody in here talking crazy already. Oh, wow. Some old weird folks. I'm just saying, family. I'm just saying. I ain't talking about nobody. I'm just saying we all got something. It says everyone has fallen short. It ain't I don't care how saved and sanctified a person you know what I'm saying? We all ain't nobody saved until God tell you go into the gates. That's it. That's a reality. He's saving you. You ain't saved yet because you can still lose out before you die. It's his saving grace, like continually. You're not saved until he says, enter the pearly gates. Nobody ain't saved until that day when you know you done been through judgment and you made it. Because you can fake saved on this planet and get in front of God. He said, absolutely not. Lost, as a matter of fact. They told you were saved. You never asked me if I said you was. People can't speak you into heaven. That's why when everybody be like, I know this person in heaven, I know that person in heaven, y'all should not lie like that. Well, technically, their soul is in a place, but you're not God. So you can't say where they at. You just step down into God's place now. You didn't step in his judgment seat when you say, oh, I know my such and such made to heaven lies. You don't know nothing because you wasn't with them every single day of their life. You don't know their secrets that they held on to. And if they ask God for forgiveness for those, you don't know that. You're lying. Because if they didn't forgive, unforgiveness go to hell. So if they said, I'm never going to forgive this person, and you know for a fact that they didn't, why is you preaching them into heaven? You lying. If they went to their grave holding on, unforgiveness is not going to heaven. It's not. Bitterness. So if you know that person was bitter and hateful and evil, you better quit lying on God. You can't speak past the grave anyway. So how you know what's going on in eternity and you ain't been over there yet? I don't know where nobody is going. I don't know where nobody ended up because I, just like Enoch, don't even know what he about to do with me. Judgment day ain't happened yet. Ain't nobody in heaven like where they gonna be. You in a holding place and we done read it. Judgment day ain't happened yet. That's your final resting place. So how was you already there and judgment day ain't happened? Make it make sense. Make me understand how you already in heaven and judgment day ain't happened for nobody. That no, what make I'm just saying, y'all. I have been telling myself for years, God, if you take my kids, my mom, whoever, don't let that be a thing that drive me crazy because I could be sitting there worried about if they made it and so worried about them making it that I lose out because I don't do what God want me to do. All souls go back to the Lord. So in all reality, they are in a heavenly space. But not one person has made it into God said it's gonna be a new heaven and a new earth. So how is that? Come on, y'all. We trick our mind to believe what make us feel good, and that's all that there is. Yes, we want to know that our people made it, but when you lie and say that I already know, you are lying. You are not telling the truth because you don't know that. You don't know because judgment day ain't happened yet. God said he judging everybody at the same time. So how you know they there? You done peeked into the future and seen judgment day already? Cause if you doing that, look for my name and tell me what it say if I done made it in or not. Since you done seen the book of life already. Because there will be no need for God to open the book of life and see the names that's written if y'all. Do y'all even read the word or y'all just be listening to what these crazy folks be saying and repeating it? Because it says he's going to open the Lamb's book of life to see the names that's recorded. And it's 2 books. Book of Death, Book of Life. So which name is your book in since you already know, since you done seen into the future, into eternity? Tell me. All souls do go back to the one that created it, but those souls still have to be judged as well. And there would be no need for 2 books. And there wouldn't be no need for judgment day if we could say where a person was going. All souls is going to be judged. All of them. It don't matter if they lived one day. It don't matter if they live for 30 seconds. Every single soul will see. Y'all looking at it as age and body. But do y'all remember what we read in the other Bible? That a person sees their life before they ever even come here. If you say, oh, I don't believe that, well then what the hell is deja vu? You see your entire life before you come into the body. The night that your mother, maybe that's why I take 4 days. Because it takes like 4 days for the whole process. And think about what we read. Hold on, let me go make me some coffee real quick. Yeah, it takes like 4 days to get pregnant, nephew. 3 or 4 days for the sperm to travel to the egg. It don't just get that night. It takes days to get, that's a whole process, honey. They gotta swim. It ain't that evening. And remember what we read? It says that it'd be a night and a day, and then a night and a day, and they get to see their whole life, and then the soul is forced into the sperm, which is probably the spark, the electric spark that happens that starts the cell to multiply. And I bet you that is when, because even in Look Who's Talking, it was an electric spark, and then the cells started multiplying, and then the baby was all together alive. Okay, well, they probably got that from what we found already. You see your whole life before you live it. People like, oh, I had deja vu. Yeah, because you've been here before. In every area, you've been here. Hold on, y'all. Give me 1 second. Okay, let me get my juice. All right, y'all. I think my computer is in my room. Okay. What happened? Reincarnation is your spiritual body that you're gonna get. The indestructible body, that the new life that you will get is your eternal body. Either the body that is going to be the death of you, or your new body that is gonna live life. Okay. But I'm gonna read this to y'all real quick. Um, that's different, nephew. It's just like being brought back from the dead. You know how they shock us and we come back? Like you have a heart attack and you be gone, they put them things on you. It's the same thing like that. They was fainting. They kept fainting. It was like he was dead. You see, it said that he passed out. You see what I'm saying? Every time he didn't get his way, he was passing out. You did IVF and you seen the spark of life and it's very bright. Really? It's very bright. Learn something new today. Wow. Yeah. Okay. Wow. Okay. Now y'all know with this Bible, this book I be trying to do whatever because it's a book that if you don't understand, you will be confused as heck. So is y'all ready? Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Because I know that heater be kind of loud. Okay. So this is the y'all for those of you that are new, I'm gonna read about okay. For those of you that are new, I'm gonna read about God creating Adam. Y'all want to hear a little bit about that? Okay. So it says, like all creatures formed on the 6 days of creation, Adam came from the hands. Hold on. Okay. I'm trying to get comfortable here. Okay. I'm gonna do like this. So it says, like all creatures formed on the 6 days of creation, Adam came from the hands of the Creator, fully and completely developed. He was not like a child, but like a man of 20 years of age. So when God created Adam, if you think about a man at 20, and most people at 20, um, they physically fit. Young men, they got strong backs and stuff, right? Okay. So when Adam was created, he was like a man of 20. Okay? It says, but like the dimensions of his body were gigantic. The dimensions of Adam's body were gigantic. Y'all getting this? Mm-hmm. Reaching from heaven to earth, or what amounts to the same from east to west. Among later generations of men, there were but few who in measure resembled Adam in his extraordinary size and physical perfections. Samson possessed his strength, Saul his neck, Absalom his hair, Asahel his fleetness of foot, Uzziah his forehead, Josiah his nostrils, Zedekiah his eyes, and Zerubbabel his voice. History shows that these physical excellencies were no blessing to many of their possessors. So all of these people, Samson possessed his strength. So now we know where Samson got his strength from. He literally had the strength of Adam. Absalom had his hair. Okay? Zerubbabel his voice, Josiah his nostrils, and Zedekiah his eyes. All of these people are mentioned in your KJV. Okay. So it says, history shows that these physical excellencies were no blessing to many of their possessors. They invited the ruin of almost all. Samson's extraordinary strength caused his death. Saul killed himself by cutting his neck with his own sword. While speeding swiftly, Asahel was pierced by Abner's spear. Absalom was caught up by his hair in an oak. Uzziah was smitten with leprosy upon his forehead, and the darts that killed Josiah entered through his nostrils, and Zedekiah's eyes were blinded. So all of the people that had attributes of Adam, it ended up almost being a curse and the cause of their death. It says, the generality of men inherited as little of the beauty as the portentous size of their first father. The fairest women compared with Sarah are as apes compared with the human being. Sarah's relation to Eve is the same. And again, Eve was but an ape compared to Adam. His person was so handsome that the very sole of his foot obscured the splendor of the sun. It said the sole of his foot displayed the splendor of the sun. That's mind-blowing. But think about it. These are the only two people that God created with his hands. Everybody else was created in the womb. Yeah. Splendid is just glorious, beautiful. Like if you were to walk on Rodeo Drive and you see the big, beautiful, the rich and the famous, like how the stars live. Splendid is just, ooh, it's just beautiful and oh, right? Yes, he was more beautiful than David and Solomon. It says his spiritual qualities kept pace with his personal charm, for God had fashioned his soul with a particular care. She is the image of God, and as God feels the world, so the soul feels the human body. Y'all hear me? I'm going to read that again. Adam's spiritual qualities kept pace with his personal charm. For God had fashioned his soul with particular care. She is the image of God, and God feels the world, so the soul feels the human body. As God sees all things and is seen by none, so the soul sees, but cannot be seen. That's powerful. Okay? I'm going to read that again. His spiritual qualities kept pace with his personal charm, for God had fashioned his soul with a particular care. She is the image of God, the soul, and as God feels the world, so the soul feels the human body. As God sees all things and is seen by none, so the soul sees but cannot be seen. As God guides the world, as God guides the world, so the soul guides the body. As God in his holiness is pure, so is the soul. And as God dwells in secret, so does the soul. When God was about to put a soul into Adam's clod-like body, he said, "At which point shall I breathe the soul into him? Into his mouth? Nay, for he will use it to speak ill of his fellow man. Into his eyes? With them he will wink lustfully. Into his ears? They will hearken to slander and blasphemy. I will breathe her into his nostrils as they discern the unclean and reject it." Oh, that's powerful. Did y'all hear that? God sat and thought about where. He said, "Nope, I'm not going to breathe it into his eyes because he's going to look at women and wink lustfully. I'm not going to breathe it into his mouth because he's going to speak ill of his fellow men. Not going to breathe it into his ears. Because think about it, when you smell something, you don't want a stinky smell." So he breathed in his nose. And the Bible says he breathed in his nostril. That's powerful. And this is why when I be saying that little bitty Bible with God and how intricate he is, there's no way that's all of it. When he even thought about, well, where should I breathe this breath to make him alive? Now they molded him. Crazy, right? Okay. He said, into his ears they will hearken, blasphemy, blah, blah, blah. As they discern the unclean and rejected and take in the fragrant. So the pious will shun sin and will cleave to the words of the Torah. The perfections of Adam's soul showed themselves as soon as he received her. Indeed, while he was still without life, in the hour that intervened between breathing a soul into the first man and his becoming alive, God revealed the whole history of mankind to him. Did y'all hear that? A book that I'm just reading. I'm about to read it again. Yeah, buddy. Wow. The perfections of Adam's soul showed themselves as soon as he received her. Indeed, while he was still without life, in the hour that intervened between breathing a soul into the first man and his becoming alive, God revealed the whole history of mankind to him. How many times have I told y'all that, though? I told y'all he told Adam everything. So that was Adam's deja vu. That's why they're in the Canaan and the Egyptians and the Persians. I said, y'all, they was all speaking the same language, and Adam was alive. He told the stories. God showed him. We know that from the Cave of Treasures. God told him Jesus was coming, how he was going to do it. God talked to Adam. He's the first man. All right, let's keep going. Okay, God revealed the whole history of mankind to him. He showed him each generation and its leaders, each generation and its prophets, each generation and its teachers, each generation and its scholars, each generation and its statesmen, each generation and its judges, each generation and its pious members, each generation and its average commonplace members, and each generation and its impious members, the tale of their years, the number of their days, the reckoning of their hours, and the measure of their steps, and all were made known to him. Mm-hmm. I told y'all the information. Well, who told them? God literally made this man. What? This is the only person that God besides Eve that he made with his hands. People crazy. It says, of his own free will, Adam relinquished 70 of his allotted years. His appointed span was to be 1,000 years, one of the Lord's days. But he saw that only a single minute of life was apportioned to the great soul of David, and he made a gift of 70 years to her, reducing his own years to 930. So we were all supposed to live at least one of God's days. Each man was supposed to live one of God's days. We was each to get 1,000 years to live. Right. We don't, right. We don't even, yeah, we don't even leave a tenth. Well, we live about a tenth. All right. It says the wisdom of Adam displayed itself to the greatest advantage when he gave the names to the animals. Then it appeared that God, in combating the arguments of the angels that opposed the creation of man, had spoken well when he insisted that man would possess more wisdom than they themselves. When Adam was barely an hour old, God assembled the whole world of animals before him and the angels. The latter were called upon to name the different kinds, but they were not equal to task. Adam, however, spoke without hesitation. O Lord of the world, the proper name for this animal is ox, and for this one is horse, and for this one is lion, and for this one is camel. And so he called all in turn by name, suiting to the name of the peculiarity of the animal. Then God asked him what his name was to be. And he said Adam, because he had been created out of Adamah, dust of the earth. God, and again, God asked him his own name, and he said, Adonai, Lord, because you are Lord over all creatures, the very name God had given unto himself, the name by which the angels call him, the name that will remain immutable evermore. But without the gift of the Holy Spirit, Adam could not find names for all. He was in very truth a prophet, and his wisdom a prophetic quality. The names of the animals were not the only inheritance handed down by Adam to the generations after him, for mankind owes all crafts to him, especially the art of writing. Language, language started in Africa. They had the best libraries, the most information, and it started in Aswan, Egypt, where the best libraries was. The cradle of civilization is in Aswan, Egypt. Where were the best libraries? Where was the best civilizations as far as science and math? In Aswan, Egypt. I told y'all don't believe that evolution crap. That Darwinism is a lie. I told y'all that. I don't know. So look. Okay. For mankind owes all crafts to him, especially the art of writing, and he was the inventor of all the 70 languages, and still another task he accomplished for his descendants. God showed Adam the whole earth, and Adam designated what places were to be later settled by men and what places were to remain waste. So he decided where the humans was going to live and what was going to be remain uninhabited. Think about it. God made the world for him. And he had 970 years to go through here. I'm sorry, 930 years. My head just blew off. Well, good, Mr. Cherry. Ain't this mind blowing? It's good. All right, y'all want to read about the fall of Satan? A different piece of the fall of Satan? Y'all want to hear about it? Hold on, let me get my juice. That's good. Okay. All right. So it says the extraordinary qualities with which Adam was blessed, physical and spiritual as well, aroused the envy of the angels. Y'all hear that? The extraordinary qualities with which Adam was blessed, physical and spiritual as well, aroused the envy of the angels. They attempted to consume him with fire, and he would have perished had not the protecting hand of God rested upon him. And the heavenly host, and established peace between him and the heavenly host. In particular, Satan was jealous of the first man, and his evil thoughts finally led to his fall. After Adam had been endowed with a soul, God invited all the angels to come and pay him reverence and homage. Satan, the greatest of the angels in heaven, with 12 wings, Lucifer had 12 wings. Twelve is the number of authority. Instead of 6 like all the others. So all the other angels had 6. He had 12. The other archangels had 6. Lucifer had 12. He refused to pay heed to the behest of God, saying, "You have created us angels from the splendor of the Shekinah, And now you command us to cast ourselves down before the creature which you fashioned out of the dust of the ground. God answered, yet this dust of the ground has more wisdom and understanding than you. Satan demanded a trial of wit with Adam, and God assented thereto, saying, I have created beasts and birds and reptiles. I shall have them all come before you and before Adam. Y'all got that? So God is getting ready to call all the animals in front of Lucifer or Satan and Adam. So God told him, he said, yeah, I made you out of Shekinah. I told y'all they was made out of the stardust and stuff. Okay. And he was like, I'm not worshiping no dirt. He said, well, that dirt got more wisdom and knowledge than you. Didn't I tell y'all? You see how God went on and chopped him in the throat real quick and kept it moving? So Lucifer said, okay, you said he's smarter and wiser than me. Then I should be able to duel him. I want to duel. I want to see if it's fair. God said, okay. So, all right. Okay, God assented thereto, saying, I have created beasts, birds, and reptiles. I shall have them all come before you and before Adam. If you are able to give them names, I shall command Adam to show honor unto you, and you shall rest next to the Shekinah of my glory. But if not, and Adam calls them by names, I have assigned them to him. I have assigned to them. Then you will be subject to Adam, and he shall have a place in my garden and cultivate it. Thus spoke God, and he betook himself to paradise. Satan following him went, when Adam beheld God, he said to his wife, oh, come and let us worship and bow down. Let us kneel before the Lord our maker. Now Satan attempted to assign names to the animals, and he failed with the first two that presented themselves, the ox and the cow. God led others before him, the camel and the donkey, and with the same result. Then God turned to Adam and questioned him regarding the names of the same animals, framing his questions in such a wise that the first letter of the first word was the name of the first letter of the name of the animal standing before him. God gave him the answers. So God phrased the questions in a way where Adam would already know the answer. He said, now, if you called him by a C name, what would you call him, Adam? And Adam said, cow. Ain't that crazy? He said, well, if you use the J name, and now he didn't say that to Lucifer. I'm going to call him a frog. Frog. Right, just like a parent coaching them. If you was going to name them C, would you say? Lucifer was probably steaming. My daddy petty, I told you. He gonna give you the answers. That's why I said, if you go to God, he gonna give you the answers. You don't have to fail the test. Okay, I'm gonna just read this little bit, then we'll finish later. So, okay, so then God turned to Adam and questioned him regarding the names of the same animals, framing his questions in such and basically in such a way that the first letter of the first word was the same as the first letter of the name of the animal standing before him. Thus, Adam divined the proper name, and Satan was forced to acknowledge the superiority of the first man. Nevertheless, he broke out in wild outcries that reached the heavens, and he refused to do homage unto Adam as he had been bidden. The host of the angels, led by him, did likewise. In spite of the urgent representations of Michael, who was the first to prostrate himself before Adam in order to show a good example to the other angels, Michael addressed Satan. Give adoration to the image of God. But if you do not, then the Lord will break out in wrath against you. And Satan replied, if he breaks out in wrath against me, I will exalt my throne above the stars, and I will be like the Most High. And at once God flung Satan and his host out of heaven down to the earth. And from that moment dates the enmity between Satan and man. I've never had so much fun learning the Bible in any church as I do here with Circle. Oh, that make me happy, y'all. Yeah, I won't be telling y'all. I love y'all. Because there's things in there that's is if you I'm just not. There's gonna be some books I'm not gonna tell you the name of them, and it's okay because he's already told me not to, so I won't be until the time is right, and I don't really care what people feel about it. It doesn't really matter. I love y'all, but I'm gonna be obedient to what he said. Mm-hmm. Right. Right. Yeah. So with that, family, when folks get to talk about how smart we are and what they didn't have back then, they just don't have the information that says no, because we already know they were smarter than us. But we already know that the ancient people were smarter than us because we still can't do what they did with the technology that we have. Yeah. So this is why I be saying, y'all, it's so much more. Nothing new under the sun. So just like on this page, how it looked like ain't nothing right there, but right here and right here. And if I hit this, something that wasn't there appears. Y'all see that? Who saw that? This is how we've been looking at the Bible like this is all there is. And God said, absolutely not. It's some stuff hidden right in front of your face. Ain't nothing on there. But it is. You just gotta have the right light to see it. Nothing, something. Nothing, something. Nothing, something. Just like the soul. You know it's there, but you can't see it. You gotta have the right light. You gotta have the right light. It's been stuff in front of your face this whole time that you didn't see. Ain't that crazy? Amazon. I told y'all about the invisible ink before. When I was married, I wrote invisible ink all the time because I know that my ex-husband, he said he didn't, but some just used to tell me different. And he didn't know that I had invisible ink. So when I would write the things that I couldn't talk to nobody about, I wrote them in invisible ink. I still write them in invisible ink, or things that I want to be secret from me and like just me and God. I write them in invisible ink all the time. And then when my kids finally get my journals, if the Lord let the world tarry that long and I'm gone and they sitting outside thinking about their mom reading her journals, they only gonna be able to see it if they outside. But my kids know I done already told them, look for the stuff that's right in front of your face that you can't see. So they'll know either to go outside or get a UV light to read whatever books I'm giving them, because they gonna know it's some stuff hidden right under there. It's what in a different language. Yep. So your intimate thoughts that you don't want nobody to know, the things that you want God to work on, write them in the invisible ink. It's still written down. If you're worried about somebody being in your business and worried about somebody, and with that, you can write right. I can turn around and write right on top of that with a regular pen. So whatever they think they see, that'll be thinking that's all that they'll think that's all that's there. But if you got that black light, you will see it's a whole nother page written under there. And I've done it. I got other journals that I did that very thing. I wrote on it, and then I wrote on top of it. I think it's this one. Let me see. My daughter did too. That's the crazy thing. It's one of these pages. Hopefully I didn't rip it out. Oh, there it go. So you see, because this might have some. Okay, it ain't nothing. Okay, y'all see? It don't really look like it's nothing on this page. Y'all see right here? Right? So if you saw this, you would just think I was writing some notes or whatever else. See it? Nothing. Something. It's a whole journal page right here. Nothing. Something. Amazon. Amazon. I'm trying to find another page where I wrote on it and you can see the stuff under it. I'm sure it's probably in one of my other journals. It might be in one of my other ones. I think it is. It's in one of my other journals. But there's pages where I wrote a journal page oh, okay, you can kind of see this a little bit, but you see right here, you see that? Hold on. Turn the light out, Circa. So you see, oh, you can almost see it right there. See, if you look at it under the right light, it's a whole bunch on that page. But if you take it off and come up close, you don't see nothing. But there it all is right there. Thank you. Yes, honey. If you cannot write out and you worried about somebody, not exposing you, but you want to have a personal conversation with God and you want to get it out on paper so you can get it out of here. Do my kids see my videos? Yeah, but they already know. I mean, but they not gonna remember. They grown. They got their own lives, but they already know that it's hidden things in my journals for them. Hidden things. They know that, and it's gonna be right. I told them that everything that I'm leaving for y'all gonna be right in front of your face. You just gotta find it. But they know that. We talk about how stuff be right in front of your face. If you ain't paying attention, you won't see it. Yeah. Ain't that? Yeah, no. Girl, go get you some invisible ink and get to writing. Honey, get you a blue light. So just in case you have to, whatever, get you a UV light. And if you write outside, it'll light up while you're writing so you can see where you're writing. Like that's why I used to stay outside and write all the time because that sunlight will let me see what I'm writing. And then as soon as I go in the house, it disappears. All of them. My children are all me. Even the parts I don't like. I'm a dollar, they the 4 quarters. They're all me. Everything about them is me, the bad and the good. But I don't tell my kids, oh no, you got that from your dad. Like if it's bad and I know it's me, I'll be like, come here. Don't do that, baby. That's about to run you down the road. You don't want to go down. Come here and sit down and talk to your mama. Sit. I don't act like I wasn't the wild teenager. I don't act like I didn't do nothing. I don't do that to my kids. I tell them about all of my failures so that they can understand that the devil is bringing that exact same thing for them. Literally. The devil is bringing that exact, whatever you don't want to acknowledge, you leave it open for the devil to get to your kids because you didn't do it. So then you can't walk them through it. But if they can say, oh my God, my mom or my dad told me he was in this situation and this is what he did. The same demon that came for you is coming for your child. That's how you get a generational curse. So if you don't tell the children coming after you what you went through, that's saying you will look up and see it right in your family. It'll be right there. Because you didn't address it, so the spirit gets to stay. You just start writing. Whatever it be on your mind every day, the stuff that keeps your mind so cloudy that you can't respond to your kids like, oh, leave me alone. Because you're stressed out, you write all that down. The stuff that makes you not be able to respond to your husband or your wife correctly because you're bothered and you're just trying to get your mind together, start writing that stuff down. I would be irritated too if I was walking around with all of that up in here. You have to get it out. Start painting, start drawing. If you're not, people say, well, I don't journal, but have you tried? Have you tried to talk to God about your most intimate things that you can't talk to your homeboys? You can't tell them about the things that happened to you as a little kid. So you're walking around with this, big old whatever chip on your shoulder. Well, go write it down then. So you can get it out so you can move forward past that and stop being in 1977. I can't talk to nobody about what I feel. You can talk to God about it. So get it out so we can quit suffering because you don't know how to release. You become toxic in your mind, in your actions, in your ways, in your thinking, everything. Because if you hold on to stuff that's gone bad, it's either going to pollute the air around you, or if you're eating it, it's going to keep making you sick until you die. Spiritually, emotionally, physically, financially, whatever. So with that, get over that so we can move on. I don't want no parts of it. That's why I say, if a person, oh, I'm always gonna be like this, I will be easily moving my way out of your life. Because that means I'm gonna continually have to deal with the stuff you're doing right now that I don't like. And I know I can't deal with this for another 20 years. So good. Thank you for telling me you're not gonna change. So I can move on and not waste another day of my time. You spoke mountains there, sir or ma'am. None of that really matters. Whatever my name is, it doesn't matter. This is the name y'all gonna call me by. My personal life does not matter. This is the World Wide Web. It doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't. Just like I don't know y'all security, social security, or if you've had abortions or not, you know. None of my business. Circle means seeking you shall find in Italian. That's what that means. Oh, I'm sorry. So you was just asking, you wasn't being funny. I'm sorry, Dan. So let me tell y'all. Y'all told me to watch Lovecraft Country. No, I ain't finished yet. Don't tell me. I'm just gonna say, if y'all don't see everything that we be reading in there, who sees all of the, and what was they fighting over? Did y'all go watch The Ninth Gate? Y'all watch The Ninth Gate? The Book of Names. Could the Book of Names be the names that's right in front of our face? So y'all remember when I said, now listen now. Remember when I said it's the reason that they don't list the daughters? Y'all remember I said that? It's a reason that they don't list the daughters. Because then you have to list who their sons are. And then you would know who the true first people were. That they were giants, a lot of them, and all of these things. You don't think it's weird that the womb man had the book of names? What is what is the book of Jubilees called? Little Genesis, or what's the other name for it? What's the other name? Y'all know? The daughters of Adam and Eve. The names of the daughters of Adam and Eve. The names of the daughters. The daughters. Rosie, Rozzy Kate 580. What is you talking about? Have you been here more than 10 minutes? Rozzy, are you mad because we see what others don't? You mad because we see more than your pastor do? You mad because God has given me revelations that bishops don't even have? The leaders of y'all religious schools and such? Because evidently we over here reading the Bible for ourselves. Who need to read it for yourself is you. Because clearly you see all these books behind me. So why you feel like you need to say that? As a matter of fact, let me go on and bust it out for you, honey. I got Bibles that only 800 people in the whole world got. So I've been reading for myself. Matter of fact, not only am I reading one Bible that only 800 out of 8.5 billion people have, I have Arabic Bibles. I have the Septuagint, the Quran, two Bibles from other countries. I also have this over 60 pounds of Bible right there, babe. Oh, not only that, I got a 200-year-old Bible and another interlinear word Bible. The word in 26 translations. Shall I go on about how much Bible I read? I got Bible in Aramaic, Tigrina, or however you say that. What did you mean? You want some? How much Bible you got, boo? You don't call this reading the Bible for yourself? This ain't even all of my Bibles. That's just some of them. Shall we go on? You just keep reading your version, and I'm going to go back and read the ones prior to that. So I always want to come over here trying to sound wise and be crazy as hell. Again, mind your business. The one that pays you, because this one don't. I promise you. This one ain't going to pay you nothing. Read the Bible for yourself. I done read Bibles you don't even know exist. Because your pastor told you not to read them. But God said, get the word, get all thy getting, get an understanding. Y'all be forgetting that part. Y'all get it, but you don't understand it. Woo! DuckTales. Leave me alone. Read the Bible for yourself. Do you know who you're talking to? Don't be mad because don't nobody want to come hear y'all dried up words y'all keep preaching that don't make no sense. Crazy. Not only do we read the Bible for ourselves, we got 2 time charts that take us from the beginning of civilization until now. You got these to go along with your Bible so you can actually understand what's going on? Crazy tale. You know what these are? Hmm? You know what these are? Bible Encyclopedia, Catechism of the Catholic Church, the Bible Reader's Companion, Unger's Bible Companion. That ain't enough for you because you used to looking at something else. Let me show you something. For all of you super Christians, there go my Strongs. It's the old one too before y'all edited version. There go my Strong's Concordance. Because that's what y'all like. You need to get to the Strongs. No, you need to get past the Strongs. Shall we go on? First published in 1878. First published in 1878. That's before the 1900s. Around the time that those Bibles showed up, because that's 1835 and that's 1870. Is that enough Bible study for you, or? People are crazy. Don't be so quick to speak. It's called the Adams chronological chart, biblical chronological Adams chart. Just look up Adams chart. Yeah, I'm okay. I just get so sick of people come on here and they whatever they be on, they just make themselves sound silly. But then again, they don't, because they line up exactly what God said about the church people. They line up with what the church people said. They view this outside. And that's why they missed Jesus. That's why they didn't realize until he was dead that they had killed the Savior, because they was too busy looking at how he didn't look like the church people and the king. Don't judge a book by its cover, baby. Because when you got it, you don't need to flaunt it. How about that? I don't have to get on here and say I'm a Bible scholar and I'm a prophet and I got the Holy Ghost and I'm saved. I don't have to do none of that. It shows in what I do. People talk about my works when I'm not around. I don't gotta talk about it. I don't gotta tell you everything I know to make you feel like I know it. I know it. I don't care if you know I know it or not. I'm just saying for anybody else that want to come for me, like, know who you talking to before you do. Y'all ain't seen all the books on this shelf, and even if you have, that don't mean this is all that I got. It's people talking about our community in other countries that have received goodness from us or received whatever. We don't gotta go telling nobody what we do. As a matter of fact, we hide our hand when we give and do what we gonna do. If they tell people about it, we cool. And if they don't, we don't care. We don't ask for no thank you or nothing. We don't have to go around poking our chest out telling people who we are and what we do and all of that. We just do it. We don't have to say we givers, which we do, but I'm saying we don't put that on a pedestal. People don't even know the things that all the things that the Circuit Tribal Community WOU has done. That's why I be irritated. Because it's folks that got one book. That's it. But I bet you all of them people got TD Jakes books, Joel Osteen, Juanita Bynum, Sarah Jakes, Paula White. They got all of those, Creflo Dollar. They got all of those books. But those books don't tell you the names of the people and don't tell you all the information that we found. Joyce Myers, all of them. They don't get, they give you their perception of what God did for them and how you should think and all of that. We just looking up the names and it's leading us to all of this information that's just in the KJV. So y'all telling us to do what we already doing. What y'all need to be doing is stop reading and start studying. So then y'all be wanting to be over here too. You wouldn't be so grouchy. You wouldn't have time to be grouchy because God will be making your toes wiggle too much about his word. You don't have time to fight about it when it makes you that excited and that happy. The only time you want to fight about it, okay? You want to fight about it because you don't have the rest of the answer, so you get angry. Because you can't answer the people's questions. Don't be mad because we can. Because you listen to your pastor who God said he rejected most of them because they don't want to learn. That's in Hosea. Read it for yourself. Y'all be so swearing by a version, and version means there was something before it. You bet not read out of it. You sound like the devil. That's who you sound like. You sound like Lucifer. When God tells me, in all thy getting an understanding, make sure that I'm going deeper in the word and study. It didn't say read and listen to your pastor to show yourself approved. It says study. We ain't sad because we know the answers. Y'all don't. We can tell you the names of Adam and Eve's daughters and their other children and what brother married what sister and all of that. Y'all don't know. We know that the fifth heaven and the second heaven are prisons for the angels that fell. Y'all just say they jailed. We know the names of the Nephilim. We read about their wars. We know all the clothes y'all be going out to buy and working yourself to death to show that y'all so close to God is all named after false gods. The very God y'all tell us we worship, but y'all buying all that stuff and putting it up in your house and calling it blessed. The same idols that the first people was destroyed for, Baal and Baal and Molech. Y'all got all they symbols in your fan cars and on your belts. The very false God that y'all be swearing up and down we serve, y'all literally wear them into God's house every Sunday. Right. And Jesus' first miracles and where he was born and all of that. I would be angry too if I didn't know all the story. Probably. I'd probably be angry trying to argue with people. God, right. 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 No, not the alabaster box. They had to do straws with that. Lack of knowledge is a good reason to be mad. What you done said. This is why I be trying to tell y'all, listen, do not let these folks, like Jesus said in what we read last night, they be doing all this trying to tell you about all these rules and laws, but they don't even follow God. And how many times I've been saying that? How many times have y'all heard me say that? Y'all starting to see the Pharisees from the Sadducees. I know y'all are. Y'all starting to see the Pharisees and the Sadducees from the people that walk with God. And even in the Bible, God distinguished churchgoers from people that had a relationship. He said the wheat and the tares grow up together. But at the end, you're going to see who's mine and who ain't. They grow up in the same field, in the same churches, in the same school, in the same neighborhood. But baby, they ain't thinking about God. They thinking about their pastor's praise, their bishop's praise, they choir's praise, and their prestige, and their this and that. That's why they be dressed to the nines. And that's why I come on here in my pajamas. Because it ain't about me. It ain't about me. Because if I had all that on, y'all wouldn't even see. Y'all probably wouldn't even really listen. So, with that, I'm going to go on and go on and go on and go on and go on. Y'all, I don't make lessons like preachers and pastors. I don't do that. If God gives me something, we read about it. We might read about 10 other things. So when y'all come on here and say, what's the lesson about today? There is not ever a simple lesson. that we just do one thing. Like there don't I might ask y'all a question or something, but I don't do that. If God had me read something, we read it. I'm just here to drop seeds. I'm not here to tell and one of the main reasons that I don't do a headline or whatever is because that tells you what to think. I need you to get out of this what you want to get out of it. Whatever the Holy Ghost got to say to you or the Spirit of the Lord has to say to you, I don't want you to think, oh, okay, this is all that it refers to. No, this could refer to or be applied to 1,000 different situations in your life. So if I put a name on it, then you might only use that for this. So that's why I don't. I mean, I have plenty of messages that I have whitewashed and all of this and all of that, trying to figure out a name and a subtopic. I'm not doing none of that. Yeah. So I'm gonna let y'all go because I know it's late. And I'm about to be up because I took a nap until 7:30. So I'm probably about to be up till 2. I don't know what's going on with that. My schedule, like last night I go to bed. I don't know. It's just been crazy. On and off. Yep, because there might be answers. A lot of his stuff, I don't want to say that it aligns with the Bible, but it's prophecies that have come true. You're welcome. Yeah. So hopefully y'all learned something today. You know what I'm saying? You learned a little bit different or something. You said, well, let me be up with you. If I can't go back to sleep, I'll probably get back on. But I know there's some people that have to go to work, and as long as I'm on, they gonna be on. So if you gotta go to work, y'all need to go to sleep. Good night, nephew. But if I can't sleep after I done did all that I gotta do, I might get back on later. But I don't know. I might just chill in my bed. I don't know. I need to do my toes, y'all. I'm chilling this first week of the year. I'm telling y'all right now, I'm not on no schedule or nothing. If I don't feel like it, I'm not doing it. Because this last 10 months been hard and fast. So I'm trying to just kind of relax and get my mind ready because who knows how this year is about to be. So I love y'all. Oh, legal studies. Come on with it, girl. Yeah. All right. So you've been studying this whole time and now you about to go. So you about to be doing 2 majors too, huh? Mm-hmm. Law with a backup in religious studies. That's what you're going. 2 majors this year. Come on now. Everybody, listen. Oh, you welcome. You welcome. And we'll probably have class in the morning, or I don't know, but I don't know what time or if we will. I don't know. I'm just kind of being because I don't want to get overworked. I notice when I start cussing folks out a lot, I'll be overworked. So I'm just gonna pull back a little bit because I'm tired of going off on folks. I don't want to do that. I don't like it. Using my energy in the wrong way. Yeah, see y'all. You up watching Lovecraft. Ooh, that episode 7. Even if you already watched Lovecraft, go back and watch episode 7 and pay attention. 6 and 7 was, I was like, wow. 5, 6, and 7, really. It's on HBO. Yeah. So good night, y'all. I love all of y'all. They not doing no more seasons, but them got all the information in it that we need. It's so much information in that season. Y'all better go back and get your pen out. And when they show them books, when they say the names, when they show the symbols, pay attention. Pay attention. Like, I'm just gonna say this: mongoloid spots. What are mongoloid spots? Birthmarks. Mongoloid spots and birthmarks are two things that you just need to keep in them. And I ain't even got to the end. And then go back. I'm telling y'all, with all what we read, and then the stuff that you got to go back. I'm telling you, I'm already know I'm going to watch this season over again because I've paid attention, but I haven't. But there's stuff that I read that I need to go back. And every time you watch something again, you see something that you didn't see the first time. Yes. Wait, what? My family has the same birthmark. Okay, so see, I still be right in front. Now it's on HBO. Lovecraft Country. It's about magic, y'all. So if you super saved and you don't want to let those spirits in your house, even though they come on when you be watching all of the people that worship the devil. So look, ain't that crazy? I just want to say this before I get off. Is this not crazy? Wait, is this not crazy that the pastors and stuff will tell you not to watch movies about witchcraft, but all the actors in all of the movies that you watch all worship the devil? So it don't matter if it's a movie about witchcraft or not, they all worship Satan. So something in there has to do with the devil. You just don't know whether it be a picture on a wall, whether they're laying with their hands a certain way. There's a certain thing. They worship the devil and they gonna put their God in everything that they do. So why? Oh, I didn't know that spirit was coming through. And so it wasn't coming through when Beyonce was singing on her thing. It wasn't coming through when Cat William them or whoever was Mike Epps them or whoever, because you know who these people give their homage to. And I'm just throwing out names. I'm not saying. I'm saying the acting community. No matter what kid movie they play in or whatever, they worship the devil. So you sound crazy. Oh, I'm not going. Honey, they speaking spells. All of those people worship the devil. So what? It's just if they not showing you they worship the devil, it's okay to watch them. Because they all pledge their allegiance to get on that screen to Lucifer and his fallen brothers. So what spirits ain't coming through? I'm just trying to understand. Because if a person is a Satan worshiper, it don't matter if they acting like the tooth fairy, they still worship the devil. Exactly. Singing spells too. Exactly. Exactly. So yeah, just think about that tonight, family. Okay. I love y'all. I'm gonna go on there now for real.